Hello and welcome to the Jinja Island Parley. It is Tuesday. It's Tuesday, isn't it? Tuesday, the 2nd November, 2021. I'm on the Jinja Island boat dock, lying in my hammock, the hook of which just fell off and I landed on my arse. But luckily, I'm only about an inch off the ground. So, I didn't do in me coccyx or nothing, but it came a bit close. It's the itching hour at the moment. So I actually have not one, not two, but actually, no, I haven't got two. I was going to light another one. I'm going to light another one while you're watching with my new lighter, because when I was doing this the other day, I accidentally knocked my lighter down down the gaps between the planks of wood. Adam wants to know if I've dried off yet. Yes, I dried off quite quickly, actually. I mean, it's really hot here, so yeah, drying off is pretty easy. When Marcus was here, he washed all his clothes wearing them. Like, he'd wear his clothes and wash his clothes while he wore them, and then it'll go off because they just dry. They just dry. Hey, Cash Dummy, how you doing? How are you doing? So tonight I thought I'd talk a bit of politics, because I realised, like, on a day like today, when I haven't actually. There's two actuallys in a row. It's just not good enough. When I haven't actually done that much on the island, and we've gone to town instead, might be worth talking about current events, current affairs, the news, politics, religion, morality, architecture, all that kind of stuff. Hi, David. Hi, hello. Oh, we've got kisses. Obviously this week and next week apparently it's quite important, because it is the COP26 summit in Glasgow, not Edinburgh, CNN. It's all been a bit embarrassing, really, isn't it? The whole fact that it's been held in the UK. If Nicola Sturgeon was in charge of Scotland and Glasgow was the venue, I think they'll be doing a much better job of being a host that wasn't a massive hypocrite. Cash Dummy says, sorry I was absent, was on an old-fashioned Ian party at the weekend. I don't know what an Ian party is. Hey, says Reagan Elite. Hey, David, you sexy man, says Cash Dummy. Stop rain. Yes, the rain has stopped. The rain has stopped, and I have beer. Actually, I was clearing out the cupboard yesterday. I found this at the back of the cupboard, so I could have had this at any time over the weekend, this Balboa. But I do have a couple of nice cold cans of Atlas ready to go once I finish that Balboa. Very, very expensive cans of Atlas. So today is the Day of the Dead in Mexico, and apparently in Panama as well, because obviously it's Mexico, because they speak Spanish and it's on this side of the Caribbean, and essentially all the pubs are closed in town and there's nowhere to buy alcohol. They've got alcohol in the shops, but you just can't buy it. You can't buy alcohol. So I happen to know a cheat code for getting beer. The cheat code goes like this. There's a supermarket that I know that will still sell you it, even on festival days, because this happens a few times a year when you just can't buy alcohol because it's a religious festival or non-religious. It's just a festival. There's a particular supermarket that you can go to, and they will nearly always sell you beer sort of under the counter. You have to put it in a box so no one sees you taking it out, which is a bit mad, but whatever. Anyway, so I bought 2 slabs, so I bought 48 cans of beer, which usually costs about $32, usually. But because it was a clandestine transaction on a day when they're not supposed to be selling alcohol, they jacked the prices up considerably to nearly double that. Nearly, not quite, but nearly double that. And I didn't realize until I had, gone through the whole rigmarole of taking it out of the little trays and putting it into a box and putting the box together, and then I was like, right, there's my beer, and they're like, here's how much it costs, and I gave them like $40, thinking that'll easily cover it, and like, no, and they show me the till. I'm like, oh my God, put it back, put it back. But no. So anyway, that's the story of me getting beer today. Glasgow Kiss says hi. Hi, Glasgow. How you doing? We need to talk kitchens. Have you? No, bathrooms. Have you seen Johnson's interview with Amanpour? Yes. Well, I haven't seen the whole thing. I just saw the bit where was it the one with Amanpour? Yeah, it was, where she said about him sitting next to David Attenborough, who's 95 years old, a national treasure, and he sat next to him without a mask on. And he sort of blathered on about distancing and people making their own decisions and stuff. What a fuck job. What a cunt. What a bastard. What a piece of shit human being. Imagine if someone ran up to David Attenborough and put a knife to his throat. How would you feel about that person? You know, threatened his life. You'd want them put in jail, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you? Not leading the fucking country. But, you know, Boris's fucking army, Jesus Christ, the Barmy army. He's got an entire legion of dickheads, 17.4 million dickheads who absolutely love him. It's just bonkers. Boris has said Roman Empire fell down because of uncontrolled immigration. I know. I think Boris didn't watch Asterix and Obelisk. It's impossible to be more stupid. No, he knows exactly what he's doing. He knows that that's not true. He just knows that the people, his dickheads, his loyal dickhead following of 17.4 million people who absolutely adore him, hate immigrants. They hate immigrants, even if they're an immigrant themselves, like Priti Patel. They hate immigrants more than they hate their own children, which is a lot. Yeah, slagging off, setting things up so that their children and people's grandchildren will suffer a violent death, more likely to suffer a violent death. Every fraction of a degree, the earth warms, the percentage likelihood of your grandchildren dying an unnatural, violent death goes up. Just imagine that. Just imagine those fuckers, those old bastards who vote for these scumbags like Scott Morrison and Boris Johnson and Donald Trump. Imagine them just going, oh, do you know what would be great? If one of my grandchildren died a violent death, that would be amazing. That would really stick it to the libs, wouldn't it? Hey. Anyway, someone asked about, is it raining? No, it stopped raining. And it's very, very still at the moment. You look out over there, you can see the town of Focus on the water. And the water at the moment is like crystal clear. Just see right down into the bottom of it. It's really beautiful. Hi, game. Sweet kiss over your body. Debbie, calm down. This is a public forum. Hi, Cash Dummy, says Debbie. What I've noticed actually is a couple of tires that used to be attached to the side here. When I parked my boat here, it had tires on the side. So if there was a storm and the boat was bobbing about, it wouldn't crash against the side of the boat dock, boathouse. Anyway, significantly enough, a couple of the tires have actually fallen into the water, and it looks like they've created an artificial reef in the time I've been away. So I'm a bit reluctant to take that out of the water now, because I'm like, well, obviously the reef needs something hard to grow on. We'll need something hard to grow on. So yeah, I might as well just leave it there. And it's also making me think, actually, probably would be a good idea to seed this whole area here with some artificial means of creating a reef, because the water's shallow near the surface. It's really warm. The reason why coral can't grow here, but it can grow out there, is because of all of the soil that comes from the mangroves all around me. I've explained this before, but I'll just say it again quickly. Mangroves aren't deciduous. They don't lose their leaves in winter, because we don't really have winter here. Endless summer. But what they do have are sacrificial leaves, which means that on each branch you'll get one leaf that turns yellow and falls off. That leaf has been saturated with salt. So mangroves have a capillary system that filters through the roots and the trunk and the branches and the leaves, and twigs are out to the leaves. It filters the salt from the rest of the water and makes pure water go to its leaves and makes all the salt go to one leaf on each twig. Okay, so imagine there's a twig, it's got 19 leaves on it, one of them will turn yellow because it'll be saturated with salt. That salty leaf will then die. It's a sacrificial leaf, falls into the water, and over thousands and thousands of years, and this whole area is only 10,000 years old. I'm not a young earth creationist. I don't mean that in the same. I mean, it's only been like this for 10,000 years, since the end of the last ice age. And I know technically we're still in an ice age because there still is an ice cap, a couple of ice caps. Not that we're going to have them much longer, but the last ice age officially finished around 10,000 years ago, which is when human civilization started. Because we didn't have the climate for it before, but then we did. Anyway, so yeah, with the mangroves, this whole area, this would have been a hill. My island would have been a hill on top of a valley. And the valley would have been there where the water is. And there would have been a hill over there, is the Colon is, and there would have been a hill over there, turning the wrong way. Over, no, I can't point. Sorry, I'm trying to point. It's the other way. There. Solate. On all the other islands would have been hills, and there would have been valleys, and then 10,000 years ago, ice caps melted, and the whole place flooded and created all these different islands. And yeah, that's how Bocas Archipelago came into being. It's also why we've got the poison strawberry, what's it called, the strawberry dart frog, and there's different morphs of it, there's different types of it, different coloration, depending on which island you're on. Duke Venue says, and the monster is within, busy bending the bars off his cage. I don't know what we're going to do about Boris Johnson, mate. Can't vote him out. There's not enough of us. Too many people love the pants off him. I think women want to mother him. I think this is a sort of like, he's like that naughty squid. I don't know. He's like, hee, I got away with it. Hee. And some women find that mindlessly attractive. Or maybe they just want to mother him. I don't know. They just want to tussle his hair. Men, on the other hand, big fish just jumped out of the water. Men, on the other hand, I stand by what I said the other day when I just said I think they just want Boris Johnson to, be their wife's lover, and they can stand downstairs and make them, I don't know, coffee for afterwards or something. I don't know. Stephen Douglas says, hi, Graham. Hello, Stephen. Veg Pie says, hi, all. Hello, Veg. How you doing? Just having a little bit of a parlay. Nuts. I missed how the Bocas Archipelago came into being. This whole area was hills and valleys, and it flooded in about 10,000 years ago. That's it. So all the mangroves here and all the build-up of mangrove soil. Sorry, mangrove leaf soil, which is why some of this soil is just so rich. But also, this used to be a volcanic area, so it's kind of volcanic soil as well. In fact, if you dig into it, you can get the smell of sulfur because it's got so much sulfur in it, which is it's not the most pleasant of smells. However, it does mean that things grow here just so fast, like ridiculously fast. Like there were 2 trees outside my house that weren't there when I left 3 years ago. They weren't there, and now they are, and that's just bonkers. They're like fully grown trees. They just appeared. One of them's where my chicken coop used to be. Maybe all the chicken poo is very fertile for the soil. Anyway, so that's the story there. I have liberated one of my cans. I'm going to put this little fella on the discarded can like that, like so, because it's flopping down, you see. So we try and put it on this. It won't stay up. They're slightly cheaper and slightly shiter Chinese versions of the coils that I normally buy, and they're a bit floppy jalopy. Well, they kind of flop down, which isn't great. Anyway, so I now have 3 Chicha coils protecting me. Do your worst, Chichas. It's itching now at the moment, and as it's overcast, there tend to be more of them. I do not want to bother Boris Johnson. Yeah, I was just talking about Boris Johnson's voters. There's 17.4 million people who are dangerously thick. I mean, I'm amazed that they can tie their own shoelaces. Never mind, get down to the poll booth and actually put a cross in a box. The wrong box it was, but it's still remarkable. Graham, I know what you and UK can do, Boris. Throw him in the toilet and flush him away. Well, let's chop him up first. Yeah, he's a nasty piece of work, Boris Johnson. But everything he does is carefully choreographed. He knows what he's doing. He wore a mask on purpose next to the national treasure that is. He didn't wear a mask on purpose next to the national treasure that is David Attenborough because he knew that it would enrage people. That's all he wants to do. He doesn't want to lead. He doesn't want to rule. He doesn't want to rule, but he doesn't want to lead. He doesn't want to make policy. He just wants to piss people off. That's his whole raison d'etre. And the problem is, we've got two choices. We can either ignore him, in which case he'll do more and more extreme things to piss us off, or we point out that he's pissed us off, and then his poll ratings go up because he's owned the libs. I like chickens. They're all bok bok and all that. Brilliant, says Veg Pie. Yeah, bok 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 bok. Although the roosters on this island do have a habit of waking us up at like ridiculous o'clock in the morning. We've got two little chicken houses actually, chicken coops, with a rooster in each. But yeah, no eggs. We don't seem to be getting any eggs. No eggs. We keep bound to buy eggs, and I'm like going to Ishmael in the store. We're in the store, and I'm like, why are we buying eggs? We've got chickens. We've got like 20 chickens. Why do we have to buy eggs? It's like, they're not laying, man. I'm like, oh, shit. Which sucks. Anyway, right. Back onto the subject I wanted to talk about, which was COP26, which is already a disaster. It's already a disaster. There's a few factors in this, right? It was a disaster before it started because it was going to be held in the UK. Boris Johnson as Prime Minister. So that's a bit of a disaster. Then there's a slimy little bastard called Joe Manchin in America, who's the senator for a place called Vagina or Wet Vagina. Can't remember which one it is. But he basically is supposed to be a Democrat, but he really sides with the Republicans. And as a result, even though Democrats have technically got control of both houses, the House of Representatives and the Senate, for the next year, for the next 1 year, it means that he is in a position where he can block any legislation going through, and he's currently blocking and has blocked the legislation that Joe Biden wants to get through to say that they would penalize fossil fuel companies and incentivize green renewable energy companies. Bastard. So yeah, so that was a disaster. And there was the G20 summit in Italy, in Rome, over the weekend, and that was a disaster as well because they were expecting to have some kind of pledge, a pledge. We're going to make a pledge. We're going to make a fucking pledge. Well done. Oh, you've made a pledge. Oh, how exciting. Would you like a participation trophy, you little twat? No, I don't want a participation trophy. I want my fucking leaders to make a fucking decision. But no. They said, oh, we'll be net zero by 2050, maybe. We're not committing to anything, and we're not putting any policies down. But maybe we'll be. You won't be in fucking power in 2050. Most of you won't be alive in 2050. Like you give a shit what happens in 2050. We need to be net zero by 2030 at the latest. And yet no one is even near committing to that. And when you point this out, they go, oh, but what about China? What about China? All right, okay, I'll tell you what. Go to your house, right, and murder all your family. And then when you complain about it, I'll say, yeah, but it's worse in China. Why didn't you go and tell China? Hey, go and tell China how bad things are because things are worse in China. We're not Chinese. I'm not Chinese. I have no say over what the Chinese government do. The Chinese have no say over what the Chinese government do. Doesn't matter. If we reduce our emissions, if we go green, if America goes green, if the EU goes green, then China will follow. Do you know why? Because of economics. Because it would make economic sense. If Australia would go green, oh my God, No, they're busy pumping out as much coal as humanly possible, opening up new coal plants all over the country. Absolute scumbags, absolute gang of fucking scumbags. Not the people. People are quite nice. Bit racist, but generally quite nice. The government, absolute stack of shit. And these fuckers are going to get away with it because, in 10 years' time, in 2031, I think we need something like the Nuremberg trials again for all of these fuckwits. If he's still alive, Boris Johnson. For Trump, if he's still alive, I doubt it. He's got 10 years in him, has he? Seen the state of him. For Scott Morrison, for bloody Bolsonaro over in Brazil, who has reversed all the great strides that Brazil made to stopping people logging, stopping people chopping down the fucking lungs of the world, the Amazon rainforest. We slowed down the deforestation. Brazil slowed down the deforestation and was becoming manageable. And then this fuckwit gets in with all this money in his pockets from all these logging companies and soya companies to make soya beans for fucking animals. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'll take your money and burn the rainforest. Evening, catching up. So I may make comment about things you talked about 15 minutes ago. Watch me on double speed. Has Graham learned to grow concrete from Mike Graham? Yes. In fact, if you've been watching the last couple of days, I've been making several about the saplings that we've been planting on Jinja Island, which are little concrete posts that will grow into massive motorway flyovers at some point. David says, Graham, Boris doesn't give shit about climate change. He has been sleeping most of his speech. Yeah. Boris, blah, blah, blah. Can I go home now? Yep. Guy's a scumbag. We need Nuremberg trials for these fuckers. I've already said that when things will never go back to normal, actually. Britain's fucked. When the reckoning comes for these absolute bastards who are marching us to this bonkers, self-defeating version of fascism, I mean, you got to look at sort of the Soviet Union, which is pretty fascistic in the way that they did things. They didn't say they were fascistic, but they were. Come on. At least at the sort of base of it, you could say, well, they thought they were doing the right thing, I guess. I don't know. The Nazis, they were all about their country. They thought they were doing the right thing. They thought, oh, we'll fuck over all these other countries, yay, and right. But with Brexit, we're only fucking over ourselves. In fact, we're helping our neighbours because we're giving them all our trade that we don't want anymore. We're giving them all our assets. £1.3 trillion worth. Don't want that, mate. You can have it. We want our sovereignty. Can't put a price on sovereignty. I can put a price on sovereignty. £1.3 trillion. That's like 1/50th of the GDP of the planet. Anyway, so yeah. So the COP summit was screwed from the start, mostly because of Joe Manchin, and a lot because of the fact that the G20 countries, the leaders, are all piss-weak jellyfish with no fucking spine, and just not prepared to stand up and actually do what needs to be done in this situation. We're facing an existential crisis. Like, humans will not exist on a planet that is 3 degrees hotter, because the few of us who survive that far will kill each other over the dwindling resources. And why would you want that future for your grandkids? Like, a child born today will still be alive, all things being equal, by the end of the century. But by the end of the century, we continue the way we're going, we'll be 3 degrees hotter. This island Earth will be pretty much fucking uninhabitable. And all these dead twats like Boris Johnson and all his acolytes, all his little familiars, I don't know. They'll be in the ground. They won't care. They will live to see what they've done. the carnage they've wrought. But make no mistake, it will be carnage. It will. Conga Green, he joins me. I only wear a green leaf, What? Just me in videos. It's just something there. Oh, I can't scroll for some reason. I can't see your message. Just me in vids. It just says I come onto the stream and probably something dreadful's happening. I'm talking about Boris Johnson. Right. I've just got to have a quick word with Ismail because he's going in a sec. So I'm going to just leave you for a moment, looking out over the water, if you don't mind. Oh, there you go. Oh, right. I'm back. What a view, says Cash Dummy. Yes, this view could be yours if you'd like to stay on Jinja Island at some point. Sun's going down. It's quite a grey day today, quite overcast. It's quite cool, actually, for brokers. Bump says just me in videos. You're talking about the Nazis. Well, there you go. Has anyone noticed how Spafford Johnson and Josh Widdicombe look alike? Perhaps Josh is a secret love child of Bojo and Amwid. Fuck off, Lee. I'm not imagining that. Oh God, I'm gonna be sick now. Do you want me to vomit all over my top while I'm, doing a live show? What's wrong with you people? What have you? No, I don't want to. Lee Corn says Regan Elite. Yes, I'm in Regan Elite's camp on this one. Why do you have to put these images in my head? Says just me in videos. I don't know. It's just something that people whose stream this isn't choose to do. There's a few of yous, and it puts people off watching because they're like, oh, I don't want to watch that stream because people write things and put mental images in my head, which make me sick. So I'm going to watch something else instead. Like, I don't know, puppies dancing. Please don't go and watch puppies dancing. You can if you like. I mean, I don't get any extra money for people watching this or not, but, it would be nice. It would be nice. So, got about 2 weeks left on the island. Not long to go now. Big thing that we've got to get done is the walkway, and it's shaping up nicely already. And one of the things that I've been talking to Marcus about videos and stuff, and I've suggested that it'd be good if I made a list of stuff that, like, I, as a non-carpenter, would like to know how to do. Just little short videos of, like, how to make a wedge. Like, how do you make a wooden wedge? What's the best way of doing it? Obviously there's different ways of doing it, but, like, what's the best way? What's the quickest way? A door. What's the quickest way to make a door? I need to make a door. All right, stick the wood together. Do this, do this, do this. And he could make these videos, like little short videos, for his Wally Bois channel on YouTube. One of the things I'm going to do when I get home probably is I'm going to start a new channel, I think, for my travel stuff, because I think that the fact that I use the same channel, and there has been a reason for this, but I use the same channel for Hughes of the World and my political stuff, might not be that good an idea. But also I'm using the same channel that I used for Brexit Reality, Three Blokes at a Pub, all the political stuff I did for Jinja Island. And I guess from the outside sense whatsoever, they're two very, very different things. The only thing that connects them is me. But the reason why I did that was because if I set up a new channel for Jinja Island, I couldn't, until I get 1,000 subscribers, I can't broadcast from my phone. Do you see? So I've got a plan. It's not a great plan, but I do have a plan for when I get back. I've spoken about this before, but for those of you who went there, I'm going to do 2 live shows a week from now on, well, from when I get back. And there's going to be Hughes at 10 on Sunday, which is I'm going to talk to Glasgow about making it so I don't interfere with the movie night on this server, because that would be silly, obviously. Yeah, I'll sort that out and make it. We'll come to some arrangements or something. And then Thursday, I'm going to do Hughes the World on Thursday still. But accompanying the Hughes the World that I do on Thursdays, I'm going to be making a load of little 3-minute TikTok videos called like A is for Afghanistan, A is for Australia, B is for Barbados, B is for Bahrain. And it is just a 3-minute, really, really quick video of me talking very, very fast to a script, telling you everything I know about that country in 3 minutes. And yeah, so that's going to be something that will feed in to the live shows on Thursdays. And I'm going to do a feed that's going out on TikTok at the same time that I'm doing the feed going out on YouTube and other platforms, which is going to mean I have to have my phone going, because you can do TikTok live, you see. So I got my phone going in portrait mode, put my camera next to it going, and I'll look into one lens and I'll look into the other, and look at one lens and I'll look at it. It's going to be very confusing. It's going to be like I'm talking to you like this all the time, because I'm just looking just slightly to the left of the camera. There you go. I'll probably do that a little bit anyway, because I'm actually looking at your comments, which are on the other side of the screen to the camera. It's a bit daft that actually. I should turn my camera around and then look like I'm looking at you. Probably lose the feed now. I look. How that works. There you go. Now when I'm looking at your comments, it looks like I'm looking at the camera. No, I'd like to stay sane tonight, to Lee Corn. Yeah, I think Lee Corn's being a bit mischievous. You might need to burn him. Burn him. Burn him. Burn the witch. Burn the witch. Put Boris Johnson in a big wicker phallus and set him on fire. It's the only way to be sure. Indeed, indeed it is. So, yeah, so those are my thoughts on the cop out 26. A big announcement today was that they were going to commit to a 30% reduction of methane, which is, yeah, it's low-hanging fruit. It certainly is. But, like, we need more. We need so much more than that. We need government incentives for green projects. We need to do my suggestion that you get rival cities like Liverpool and Manchester, Glasgow and Edinburgh, St. Paul's and Minneapolis, and you pit them off one against each other, right? You pit them against each other for which one can go to carbon zero the fastest. The carbon natural challenge. That's what it's going to be called. The carbon natural, C natural. You know, like the musical note, C natural. So if you don't do music, if you have a piece of music and you make a note, a flat, say, or sharp, and then basically once you've seen that symbol, it means that every time you play that note, you play a flat or a sharp. If you want it to not be a flat or a sharp anymore, you give it a natural sign. And yeah, so the C natural challenge. And basically, you pit somewhere like Liverpool and Everton. Jesus Christ, great! Get your shit together. Get all your shit together. Put it in a backpack. Put it in a museum. Get all your shit together. Okay, so you get a city like Liverpool and a city like Manchester. The rivalry and natural football and music and other things. Yay! Okay, right. You pit them against each other and say, which one of you can be the first to achieve carbon neutrality? The first one to do it, everyone under the age of 18 in that city, who lives in that city, will be given £20,000 each. Holy flying footballs! People would they would set their cars on fire. They would do some mad shit in order to beat that other city, because they want to be the city that gets that money for their kids. £20,000 per child. All you need to do. Wouldn't cost that much. Really, but really, on the greatest scheme of things, it will cost fuck all. And you don't have to give the money to anything, really. You just got to make the people get going on it. And as a result, you would have one city that wins, gets 20 grand per child who lives in that city. Fantastic. And the other city would have got to what, 95% carbon neutrality? Someone on TikTok suggested, and I love this idea, that they should have made the vaccine scarce. They should have made it so that you could only get the vaccine if you're a special person. And that's a bloody great idea. Not to actually do that, but to make it look like that was the situation. Like, have a lottery. Have a lottery. Say, oh, sorry, you can't have it. You can't have it because you haven't won the lottery. But rig the lottery so everyone wins the lottery. Oh, super chat, £10 towards your expensive illegal beer. Thank you very much, Lee Collin. Thank you. You could do the same with cladding. Did you get beer while in Bogus? Yes, I did. I was talking about that earlier. Apparently, beer was, you can't buy beer today because it's Dios de los Muertos. God, I'm trying to speak Spanish while I'm burping. Hang on. Right, better. Dios de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead today, so you can't buy beer. But I did. But it cost nearly twice as much as what it normally does. In fact, when I told Ishmael how much it cost, he was like, "Oh man, I caramba." Yeah. Wait, you just said you wanted to burn me. Burn him! Burn the witch! Burn the witch! Yeah, but that was before I saw you super chat. Now I'll just put the fire out. Watch. See that? Rescued you from the fiery pits of hell. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I would do. Carbon neutral challenge. I've tried getting in touch with Andy Burnham and Steve Rodman about this, but getting hold of those fuckers is very, very difficult. They're in their own little political bubble. And I think that, as always in British political circles, if you don't know the right people, you don't know the secret handshake, you don't know the correct wink, you don't know just how much to roll up your right trouser leg, you can't really get a word in edgeways. One of my friends is a shadow fucking minister in the Labour Party, a good friend of mine. And I've been trying to talk to him about Labour's lack of social media savvy. And just even get a conversation with him about it is just like proving to be nearly impossible. Like, mate, just listen. You got to do something about it. I'm not saying to employ me as your social media strategist. Obviously, I'm not great at that, so that's fine. But bloody hell, you need somebody, because at the moment they're just squandering this golden opportunity to communicate with their fan base or just people in general, the population of the UK, for no money whatsoever. For literally no money whatsoever. Anyway, it intrigues me that Gammon Box News is still going after everything happened. Oh, poor old Gammonius Prime. What's his name? Andrew Neil. Oh, poor bloke. He's a paid member of the Gammonarty, and yeah, unfortunately, it came around and bit him on his big fat lives in France arse. And yeah, he wanted to set up a thing where people were woke. We're gonna have woke watch. Woke watch. Look at this comment, says someone. Says X und Furiba. Okay, I did. Can I stop looking now? Anyway, yeah, Andrew Neil left. And then they brought Nigel Farage on. God, it's like this shit cabaret act for morons, in it. Like gibbering village idiots. Oh, shall we bring Nigel out? Oh, yeah, Nigel. We love Nigel. Go on, say something racist, Nigel. Say something xenophobic, Nigel. I don't like foreigners. Don't like hearing foreign accents on the bus. Don't like people speaking foreign languages. Isn't your wife German? Yeah, but don't your children speak German? Yeah, but. Arsehole. He'll be up in my Nuremberg trials. Yeah, but I've said before in streams, I'd quite like my job to be, because we're talking about jobs and what jobs I could get when I go back, and delivery driver or pizza delivery boy, or working in a bar, working in a Starbucks or something, or shelf stacker in Tesco. But one thing that I could do, once all this shit is over, once Brexit's over and all that, and we're back in the EU, or at least back in the single market customs union, is hunt down the fuckers who put us in this position, because they'll all leave the country. They will all leave the country. I mean, they've already got homes abroad, so Brexit's not going to affect them like it will affect you or your children or your grandchildren. But they'll think they'll get away with it. They'll be sitting there pretty, somewhere in the world, incognito. That's the thing, white guys being incognito in a developing nation. Yeah, good luck with that, mate. We'll find you. We'll find you. So that'll be my job. I'll be head of a team. It'll be like Nazi hunters. And we'll hunt the fuckers down. We'll find them. We'll find them. We'll hunt them down. Bring them to justice. Yeah. Setting cars on fire may not be carbon neutral. Oh, yeah. Probably. Don't set your cars on fire. Recycle them. It's a much better plan. Right. Oh. Just give me 1 second. I need to have a quick talk with Ishmael again. Hang on. See you later. Oh. Good dude. There's nothing in the fridge at the moment. I don't know. I should be all right, I think. Okay. Sorry, that was a bit of a conversation there. Right. I'm back with you. I'm back with you. Sorry, I've put you on mute then because I didn't necessarily need to hear my conversation. Essentially, Ishmael's cousin, who's supplying us with the wood that we need for the walkway, his chainsaw is broken, which means that he can't provide us any more wood for the walkway. As a result, Ishmael reckons he might have to go to Amarante tomorrow to go pick up a new chainsaw chain. And yeah, if he has to do that, then obviously he won't be able to work on the island, and also it'll cost loads of money to get to Amarante. So he's just let me know about that. But he's going off to see his cousin now, and he's saying that if he can get his cousin to go over there, he will instead. That'd be better. But tomorrow's like a holiday here in Bocas, so yeah, big festival or something. Anyway, right, back to the chat. Just Me and Vid says Brexit is a curse on the orcs and other foul creatures have crawled out of the dark and forgotten places to defile anything and everything pure and good in the world. Yeah, that's absolutely bang on. A Tolkien reference. I'm still here, not planning on B for a while yet. Ooh. And number 3 is saying good evening. Okay, so sorry about that. I just had a quick chat with Ishmael about housekeeping and island keeping. But I'm going to wrap it up now because it's past 11 o'clock at home and it's, time for bed. Time for bed, Lee Corn. Brexit breaks it. It's broken everything. Brexit's broken the UK, unfortunately. Oh, here's a nice image for you. You can watch as this guy goes past on his little boat. Someone was telling me there's like these videos that are on YouTube of just relaxing scenes and stuff that just go on for ages, just like the water and stuff. I should make a few of them before I leave, I reckon. Just set a camera up here at the boat dock and just have the sounds and the everything. Okay, so if Cash Dummy or Glasgow or anyone's watching this who has the power to spread the word about what the Discord server is, the Discord server is basically it's like a bulletin board, an old school bulletin board, but with Zoom capabilities. There's lots of bats flying around. I can see lots of bats. Lots of bats. Bats everywhere. Getting bats. I think they're bats. Look like bats to me. Come out as a guest star. I don't know if I'll be able to see this. I don't know if the quality is any good. Those things flying about are bats. Anyway, there you go. So yeah, if Glasgow Kiss or Cash W or someone can furnish us with the link to the Discord server, I will be heading over there in a bit. I'd like you to join me. Graham, your mum saying, "Oh, hi, mum." I might give your mum a call now, actually, while I'm waiting for you to get onto the whole thing. I'm going to chill out. See you later. See you later, number 3. ASMR Jinja Island. What? What does ASMR mean? Is that the type of videos where they just show you some relaxing scene for hours? Thank you, Glasgow Kiss. I like watching videos of cats and getting lots of nice cat message. Getting a nice cat massage. Sorry. Read that. Screen's quite far away. Glasgow Kiss has furnished us with the link, so it releases me. Guys, the new single in Spanish from Christina Aguilera. Okay, David, if you want to join us on the Discord server, you're very welcome, as is Veg Pie, just me in videos. Number 3, Lee Corn, everybody else, Glasgow Kiss, everyone watching, if you'd like to go and join us on the Discord server for more discussion about politics and other topics like on an island, you're very welcome to. If not, I'll see you tomorrow for more Ginger Vision. Ginger Vision. Ginger Vision. Needs to write a theme tune, didn't we? Should have done that. Next time, Gadget. Next time. Bye.